Nwaneri is more than ready, Gunners. I know it's not the best case scenario with Odegaard out injured. I know no Declan Rice as well for the North London derby. Marino out injured too. So many midfield problems. But I can tell you for a fact, Nwaneri may be more ready than you think. But before I get into all of that, if you are new here, please smash a like button. Smash the subscribe button too. It would be really, really greatly appreciated. And of course, my second channel right here, if you want to smash a subscription on that too, it will be greatly appreciated. But Nwaneri, I mean, this kid, I've followed his development for a very, very long time. He's just absolutely unreal. The guy has so much quality, so much, you know, sort of this aura about him when he's on the ball, and I absolutely love it. And I feel like maybe not against Tottenham, but in the games like Atlanta and in some of the many other games that we had this season, he can be really, really crucial. And what I love about him the most is probably his two-footedness. I feel like his ability to go on his left and right foot is just so good. Not many players in the game have the ability to use both feet to the highest of levels, but Ethan definitely does. Even in the preseason games, I know that's the only sample size we have of him in senior football, he was just controlling things with both his left and his right foot. And it's really great when you see a player with that much authority on the ball with both their feet. And I feel like not even with his passing, it's both to a high quality on both feet. And I feel like that's what he has over Martin Odegaard, that two-footed nature. But of course, Martin Odegaard is a supreme footballer, absolutely incredible. But Ethan definitely has the qualities to even get to a higher level. We often forget he's just 17 years old, guys, and he has so much ability. I'm not sure if you guys watched the under-19 game for England. Ethan Nwaneri had two beautiful moments. I'll show you the goal here. Just a lovely little ball into his feet and just a first-time finish into the corner. Maybe the keeper could have done better, but it's about that position finding. I want to just talk about him in that area. Saka normally operates on the wide right side of the pitch, but if Nwaneri is confident there as well, that is absolutely incredible, because the rotations can then happen so seamlessly. Saka's comfortable coming into the 8 and kind of being in that midfield area, and Nwaneri can then hold the width. There's so much, you know, rotation. Maybe something that Odegaard doesn't offer, because it's really suited towards a wide sort of position. But Nwaneri, he certainly offers that. And of course, I mean, look at this lovely piece of skill from Ethan. This one here didn't go in the end, but I mean, absolutely unreal. He just has so much technical ability, so much confidence. The way he strikes through a ball too, it's just so admirable. And I'm just a massive fan of this kid. It didn't go in the end, but obviously he has those qualities that just make you in awe of him. And I know the North London derby is coming up soon. I know it's a big game, but you know, this is where we get to see the best of players. I remember so many young players over the years at Arsenal from Haaland just being chucked into the biggest of games by Wenger, and they perform. Sometimes they don't, sometimes they do. I'll give you an example. Hector Bellerin against Borussia Dortmund all those years ago in the Champions League. It was a horror debut, but what followed was absolutely incredible. So give him in that rhythm, test these youngsters. We've got a great group of players around them. If you don't want to change the formation, it would be better to put a creative player like Nwaneri, sort of role that Odegaard would operate. I think that would be much better, but I think it's his time, Gunners. I really do think it's his time. I feel like he's given us enough of a sample size, albeit in pre-season, to suggest he can come into the side and make a real impact. Let's have a look at Ethan Nwaneri's performance against Manchester United in pre-season, because I feel like this was the biggest game. You know, 45 minutes played against top opposition, getting so much of the ball. We had 29 touches, 17 out of 19 accurate passes, one key pass. I mean, one big chance created as well, the assist there as well. I mean, really good. And I think the most important stat there, of course, is the 3 out of 3 ground duels won and the 1 out of 1 aerial duels won as well. I mean, that's really good as well. 1 clearance, 1 tackle as well to go to boot. I mean, Ethan Nwaneri has all of the things you want from a midfielder on the ball and off the ball. And I feel like that Manchester United game was a mature performance off the ball, and that's what Mikel Arteta has been wanting to see from his midfielders. If you're going to be plugged into the game and into the side, have the ability to go back, have the ability to defend spaces, have the ability to pick up loose balls. That is what Mikel Arteta is going to love the most. And I feel like Ethan Nwaneri certainly showed he has that side to him, that nitty-gritty, that sort of energy in the midfield that we've often needed from an attacking player in the midfield. Like Odegaard presses like a machine. Nwaneri showed in that preseason game he can press like a machine as well. And I feel like he was already like building relationships on the pitch there with Zinchenko and Trossard. He's that good. He's able to just, you know, lock in and kind of just adjust to the players around him. And having that at such a young age, it's just so good from Ethan Nwaneri. And I feel like a lot of us are going to be shocked by how good he actually is as a player. I know he hasn't featured at all this season, and I know, of course, a lot of you will be like, Tottenham Hotspur would be a silly game to throw him in, and I get that. But Ethan Nwaneri, quality-wise, if we're talking about ability, certainly has, you know, the quality to come into the side. He definitely does. He can definitely come into the side just based off of his ability on and off the ball. And I feel like Arteta may have a big decision to make. He may go with Havertz in the midfield. I don't know. But Ethan Nwaneri, for me, is certainly ready. And I feel like he feels ready as well. And I just want him to be thrusted in at some point this season. Maybe not now, but he will be soon. And I feel like us Gunners are going to be so surprised by the way he just takes to senior football and the competitive nature, because his mental profile particularly is the most impressive thing. The way he adjusts to games, the way he trusts himself mentally. It's the certain thing that makes players go to the top. Saka has it, and Nwaneri certainly has it as well. They have that mentality to keep on going, to keep on improving and wanting to be the best. So Ethan Nwaneri, guys, I definitely think he's ready. Let's trust him and believe in him, because I feel like he's going to get his chance very soon.